Hi everyone, Dr. David Miller here, naturopathic doctor focused on digestion and nutrition as a means to overall health promotion. This week I saw a couple patients with depression and anxiety, conditions that we often consider to be just like mental conditions or conditions that are limited to the mental sphere. Which is mostly true to a certain extent, but these conditions that we call mental conditions often have physical manifestations and other sort of factors that contribute to them. So some of the multiple factors that you see contributing to what I see in clinic is someone's family situation, the social and workplace health, their economic health. Is this person able to pay for naturopathic care? Are they able to buy the foods that they want to buy to promote their health? There's other issues such as personal growth. So as we get more time to contemplate life, we actually have the luxury of depression and anxiety because we're not so busy just surviving. We're trying to actually find higher levels of health. And then there's the physical side of things too. So if you're anxious, there's a physical side to that too, and it really drains people to some extent. So I think a key thing to know is that anxiety and depression in certain situations are sort of normal conditions. So you need to normalize these conditions. They're not necessarily just pathological conditions. They are if they last a certain period of time, but I think it's quite normal to be depressed at times. If someone close to you dies or something that you love, someone that you love passes away unexpectedly, it's quite normal to be depressed. Same thing goes about anxiety. There's a certain level of anxiety that's natural. So we need to normalize these conditions to some extent too. But so the cure of these conditions is ideal, but what we need to do is build resilience, and build resilience of the overall being of the body, of the mind, and everything. And at the same time, I want us to beware of the neurotransmitter biochemical imbalance theory of these conditions. It's very disempowering to say, oh, I just don't have enough serotonin, that's why I'm depressed, and expect to change nothing in your life, nothing in your lifestyle, and just sort of throw your hands up and say, oh, I have too little serotonin, or whatever the neurotransmitter problem du jour is. There's another theory of depression that has to do with inflammation. So, when we get inflamed, we get stressed, and inflamed, we get depressed. And there's this cycle: stress, inflammation, depression, and it goes like that. This is what I see in practice, is that inflammation is key, and it's more doable to decrease inflammation. We can decrease inflammation with what? Diet and lifestyle. It's very easy. For example, you can try something as simple as 10 minutes of meditation. It doesn't matter how long it is. I mean, I'm sure there's a threshold at which you have to meet, but I have found in my experience that you can get into that meditative state quite quickly, and the body will do better if you get into that state quickly on a daily basis, more so than doing an intense, hour meditation once a week. It just doesn't work as well. Another thing you can try is just eliminating the most common food sensitivities and sugar and processed foods. It's not brain science. Actually, it is. Doing something like avoiding common allergens and sensitivities and sort of toxic foods via the connection with the brain and the gut. It is actually brain science in a way, the gut-brain axis, which you'll hear being spoken of a lot more now. So what do we want to do? We just want to build resilience, and because I like to talk about the waves and the winds. They're part of life. You're on a sailboat. The waves and the wind are not going away. They're there. They're part of nature. But what we need to do is have a strong keel on that boat, right? So, and that's my sort of metaphor for resilience, or maybe another metaphor is the bumps in the road. You can't pave all the bumps in the road ahead of you. They're gonna happen. But if you have good shock absorbers, then things are going to go a little bit more smoothly. So it's about building resilience. So until next time, keep fit and have fun. Just kidding. That's Joanne McLeod and Hal Johnson. But you get the idea.